Man, I'm a huge fan. Aenima is in my top 10 albums of all time. These albums are iconic. These are genre defining. These are some of the most critically acclaimed. Rolling Stone has Aenima as the 17th greatest metal album of all time. When you're recording this album in 1996, do you know that you have something special here that could change things?
Yes, of course, you always know. No, of course you don't. It's look, again, I go into these things when we sat in the rehearsal for Tool. It was they brought me over, said, because I don't know if you know this story, but when they called, I didn't think they had the right guy. I thought they were thinking of somebody else because I'd never done like an LA metal band at all. And so I thought, well, they probably think I'm somebody else. So I told my manager at the time, I said, don't really pursue it that hard, because I loved the Undertow record. I thought it was great, but it wasn't anything that I had any experience with. So I thought, well, don't. But they called back in a week and said, no, we know who he is, and we really want him to hear our music, our new stuff. Can he come over to Los Angeles? So I went over and I sat down beside Danny, which was a foolish move because it's very loud, and they played through the whole album. And when it came to the end, I was like, yeah, that's great. I love it. I'd love to work on it with you, but why me? And they all explained that thing. They said, look, we want to make something that's not just going to sound like every other Los Angeles metal record out there. We want something unique. They said, we know what we want from the metal world of sounds and what we can get. What we want you for is your perspective on all other kinds of things and bringing that to our music and sonically bringing that so that we can make something unique. And so when we were making that album, I brought my sonic sensibility, musical sensibility to it, married it up with theirs, and we came up with something that was unique to the sound of metal in music from the West Coast styles. So we didn't know that we had something special, but I knew that from the work ethic and from the ability and musicianship of the players that were there, that we were making something special for sure. I often think that of records that I work on, some hit and some don't. But I usually try to get involved in records where I know that the people are really talented and are great writers and great players.